The Educators Student Engagement Program for Social Studies Class 1, Chunk 3, Week 1, Chunk 4, Week 3. Targets for Week 1. Your child will complete the following targets from 1st till 5th of June. On day 1, ask your child to read the topic Let's Meet Asad on page 1 and 2 of the textbook. The textbook page 1 and 2 are provided in the academic guidelines. Discuss the daily routine of Asad. Ask your child to share his or her own daily routine. Afterwards, ask your child to watch a video related to physical characteristics. Later on, ask your child to discuss his or her physical characteristics and then fill the worksheet 1. The worksheet 1 is provided in the academic guidelines. On day 2, ask your child to paste his or her photograph on workbook page 1. The workbook page 1 is provided in the academic guidelines. Later on, ask your child to share when and where the picture was taken. Afterwards, ask your child to write the color of his or her eyes and trace his or her hand on the workbook page 2. And the workbook page 2 is provided in the guidelines. On day 3, ask your child to share how his or her birthdays are celebrated by asking the following questions. What is your date of birth? How do you celebrate your birthday? What kind of gifts do you get? Take responses. Later on, ask your child to write about their hand, age and draw candles according to their age on the birthday cake on the workbook page 3. You can see the workbook page 3 in the guidelines. Afterwards, ask your child to share his or her house address and phone number. Tell him or her the importance of knowing house address and phone number in case of emergency. Later on, ask your child to write their house address and phone number on the workbook page 4. You can see the scanned page in the guidelines. On day 5, introduce the concept of close family members to your child. Tell him or her that close family member includes parents and siblings. Explain the importance of family to your child. Tell him or her that a family live, stay and eat together. Your father work and earn money to fulfill our needs and desires. It is his duty to raise his family and keep them united. Later on, ask your child to draw or paste his or her family picture on the workbook page 5. Afterwards, ask your child to write the answers of the question on the worksheet 2. The worksheet 2 and workbook page 5 are given in the guidelines. On day 5, ask your child to read textbook page 3 and predict about the people shown in the picture. You can see the textbook page 3 in the guidelines. Later on, ask your child to share his or her parents and sibling names, and later on discuss his or her family likes and dislikes. Afterwards, ask your child to write the names and likes of their close family members on the workbook page 6. You can see the workbook page 6 in the guidelines. Attainment targets for week 3. Your child will complete the following targets from 15th till 19th of June. On day 1, ask your child to read the topic Extended Family on page 4 of the textbook. The textbook page 4 is provided in the guidelines. Tell him or her that there are some other members who are part of your family. These family members are called extended family. The extended family consists of grandparents, uncles, aunts, and cousins. Discuss with your child that he or she have different roles in his or her extended family, like a daughter, sister, granddaughter, niece, etc. Ask your child to watch a video related to different roles in the family. The video link is provided in the guideline. Later on, ask your child to identify and color the roles they play in his or her family on page 6 and paste a picture of his or her family on page 7 of the workbook. The page 7 and 6 are provided in the guidelines. On day 2, ask your child to read the topic why family is important and observe the pictures given on page 5 of the textbook. The page 5 of the textbook is provided in the guidelines. Explain the importance of a family by telling him or her that family members show their love to each other and help each other in hour of need. Ask your child to tell the things he or she likes to do with his or her family members in free time. Take responses from your child. Ask your child to draw the things that they like to do with their family members in their free time on workbook page 8. The workbook page 8 is provided in the guidelines. On day 3, ask your child to share how he or she spent time with his or her family. Take responses from your child. Tell him or her that every member of the family is important and every member helps in bonding and bringing the family together as a unit. We should love, care, and show respect to all members equally. Later on, ask your child to describe and write about how he or she spent family time together on workbook page 8. The workbook page 8 is provided in the guidelines. On day 4, ask your child to read the topic Good Manners on page 30 of the textbook. You can see page 30 in the guidelines. Ask the child to look at the picture and describe him or her in detail that good manners are expressed by our actions and words. Later on, ask your child to watch a video related to good manners. The video link is provided in the guidelines. Tell him or her some courtesy words that are please, thank you, sorry, assalamu alaikum, which are used in different situations on the textbook page 30. Give some situations to your child and ask him or her to tell which courtesy words they will use when you meet someone, when you ask something from someone, when someone gives you something, or when you hurt someone. Take responses from your child one by one. Afterwards, ask your child to fill in the blanks by using the correct courtesy words and answer the questions by completing the sentences on the workbook page 27. The workbook page 27 is provided in the guidelines. Day 5. Ask your child to complete the assessment on day 5. Before providing the assessment, first read all the questions thoroughly and solve the queries of your child if any. Later on, ask your child to complete the assessment within the given time. Thank you.